Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a full serving Friday here on the Daily Bread. What is inner peace and what isn't inner peace? That is our discussion today. My name is Brad, and welcome to the Daily Bread. Young Pueblo once wrote that inner peace is not feeling perfect all the time or not caring about what is happening. And that is a great way to put what inner peace is not. Inner peace doesn't mean that you have to feel perfect all the time. It's quite impossible, actually, to feel perfect all the time, isn't it? And so I think if we get beyond this thing that we have to feel perfect in order for us to feel inner peace, we'll then begin to be able to drop some walls that will be able to help us then also experience inner peace. Inner peace is also not caring about what is happening. You know, some people think that when you have inner peace that you don't care about all of the things that are happening around you. That's certainly not true. We as human beings are reactionary and we react to things and we see things going on around us all the time. And it's good for us to care about certain things, right? Like certain causes and certain events, right? Certain people. So inner peace really isn't about not caring about what is happening. So then what is inner peace? Well, Young Pueblo also goes on to write about what inner peace is, and I really like his definition of what inner peace is as well. He says inner peace is feeling and being with your emotions without reacting to them. That is another great definition of what inner peace is. If we can be aware of how we're feeling, if we can be aware of our emotions without reacting to them, that is a place of inner peace. You see, it's always our reaction to our emotions that sometimes get us in trouble, right? That send us to a bad place. So I always say the first step to change, the first step of us changing is always awareness, right? It's always awareness. Because awareness or mindfulness, right, always creates self-insight for all of us. And so by being mindful and being aware of our emotions, we're gaining insight about us, all right? And then it's the ability to say, okay, I'm feeling angry. Okay, I'm feeling sad. Okay, I'm feeling frustrated, but not reacting to those emotions. That's what matters. That's when we can have this inner peace. It's the same thing that happens in meditation, right? In meditation, I always teach people that it's okay if your mind wanders, right? It's being aware of it and then bringing it back to the present moment, right? Same thing with feelings. It's okay to be aware that you're having those feelings, but now it's a question of how am I now going to react to those emotions? If I'm angry, am I going to lash out? If I'm frustrated, am I going to really run with those emotions and do something that may harm myself or harm somebody else? Right? So we need to be aware of those feelings, but it's the reaction to those feelings that actually matters. It's the calmness that emerges. Inner peace is the calmness that emerges when you embrace those feelings and when you embrace the change in your emotions when it happens, right? It's being content in those moments of saying, yeah, I'm feeling angry right now, and that's okay, right? So, next week on our Full Serving Friday, we are going to talk a little bit more then about what makes inner peace easier. So, I invite you to come on back and to join us as we talk a little bit more about this thing about inner peace and what it is and what it isn't. And next week, we're going to talk about 6 things that actually make inner peace a little bit easier for us. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in today. As always, remember that these videos are also an audio podcast as well. You can get the audio versions of these videos, and you can get them in the podcast store for Apple and in Spotify as well. Okay? And you can, what I would suggest, go and hit the subscribe button, and then that way you can always be up to date on the latest episode of the Daily Bread. And you could take the Daily Bread now with this audio podcast everywhere you go. You could take it on your walks. You can listen to it in your cars, on your way to work in the morning. As I always say, we always have 5 minutes when it comes to our mental health. That's why I created this podcast, to give us 5 minutes to tend to not only our mental but our spiritual health as well. And so I hope that you'll be able to go and subscribe to the Daily Bread and share it with others that you feel might need a helpful message for today. Well, thank you very much again for tuning in. I'll see you the next time. Take care, everyone.